Hello everyone, welcome to Lukmaan IAS. Today we are going to have the Indian Express analysis dated 17th of October 2022. So today we are going to look into some of the most important articles from this newspaper. Like we have identified various important articles that are from the opinion page, from the editorial page of Indian Express. So we are going to look into these articles one by one. So let us quickly look into the list of articles that we are going to discuss. So these are the articles. The first article is related to cyberspace. So here we will talk about securing India's cyberspace. So this was an article which was there in the editorial page of Indian Express. So this article is related to science and technology. And in this article we will understand about the cyber security threats that India faces as of now. And we will also discuss about what are the steps that Indian government can take, right, to secure its cyberspace. And the second article is related to art and culture. Here we are going to talk about G20 cultural track. So India is going to chair the cultural track of G20, and during this chairmanship India is going to conduct multiple meetings of the G20, okay, and India plans to hold these meetings in some of the key cultural cities of India. These cultural cities are Hampi, Khajuraho, Agra, etc. So we are going to discuss about the importance of holding G20 meetings in these cultural centers of India. Apart from this, the next topic is related to health sector of Indian economy, and also it is associated with international relations. So we will understand the importance of feeding people and saving planet. Okay, so this is an article. It talks about the importance of maintaining food security in the world. We are going to discuss about World Food Day and why it is celebrated, right? So we are going to discuss about the Food and Agricultural Organization of the United Nations organization, right? And after this, the next article is related to CCP. Okay, CCP stands for Communist Party of China. So we are going to discuss about the 20th Congress of the Communist Party of China. We are going to discuss about what is the Congress of the Communist Party of China, what is the takeaway for the world, so we are going to discuss about the structure of political system in China, right? So with this, let us take the first article for discussion. All right, so this article says securing India's cyberspace. So for this we need to understand what do we mean by cyberspace. Okay, so if we talk about the keyword cyberspace, so it is made up of two words. One is cyber, then space, right? So we are going to talk about securing India's cyberspace. Cyber is something which is associated with computers, which is associated with the digital world. Okay, when we talk about cyberspace, so India, India being a economy, being a political entity, being a country, right? So it has its own cyberspace. We are operating in a certain domain in the digital area. Okay, our government institutions, our private institutions are based on the cyber network that we have created for ourselves. So this cyberspace is operating on the available technologies with India. We have been operating on the technologies that are globally available. But the thing is, there has been a key shift into the way how different countries have been operating. They have moved from the traditional way of operating their cyberspace to a new kind of way of operating their cyber system, which is backed by quantum technology. Okay, so now there is an emergence of a new area into the cyber arena, into the cyber field, which is backed by applications that are based on quantum technology. So what do we mean by quantum technology? This is a very basic question, right? So when we talk about quantum technology, so earlier the computers used to, still the computers are operating on binary number system. So we have two numbers, which is 0 and 1. Basically this represent true or false state of a something, right, of something. So all the computations that are happening in computers are based on the binary number system. But the thing is, when we talk about quantum mechanics or quantum computing, so when the quantum computing is able to compute huge number of operations, is able to perform huge number of operations in milliseconds, in seconds, means the computers that will be based on quantum technology, they will be very fast. They are supercomputers, right? They are very fast, and at the same time they are able to do huge number of computations. But the issue associated with this is like those countries that have access to the quantum technology, they are able to make faster progress in their digital arena, and at the same time they are posing threat to those countries who do not possess the quantum technology as of now. If we talk about India, India is thinking of moving to quantum field, and India has its own policy also. But like if we talk about China has two computers that are quantum technology based computers. So using those computers, they can hack into any of the systems that are available in India. Means like they can try to hack into the systems, and if they are able to hack into the systems, they will be able to extract very vital information, very crucial information, very security related information. So now it poses threat for India. So India needs to strengthen itself, right? When we talk about quantum computing, quantum technology, so how can India strengthen? So as of now, India does not have its own algorithm related to quantum technology or quantum computing. But at the same time, United States of America, one of the department of USA has developed 4 such algorithms, and they are making huge progress in the quantum field. So what India can do, India can look for some help from the United States of America, from the respective government, okay, so that it can bring some of those technologies to India. So quantum technologies are being used by National Security Agency, NSA, of the United States of America. So if we talk about, there have been report that Indian Army have utilized, okay, so Indian Army have utilized, and it is developing cryptographic techniques to make its network resistance to attacks by systems with quantum capabilities, okay. So Indian Army has created a system. It has been developing a cryptographic technique so that it can safeguard its computer systems, right, its communication networks from the quantum capabilities, from the computers that has quantum capabilities. The Indian Army has collaborated with industry and academia to build secure communications and cryptographic applications. This step builds on last year's initiative to establish a quantum computing laboratory at the Military Engineering Institute in Mau, Madhya Pradesh. Okay, so India is also making progress in that area. But the thing is, this progress has to be fastened in the sense it should be faster, so that we are able to keep pace with the ongoing development around the world. Okay, so this is an important thing. So if we talk about traditional encryption models, encryption means when you are coding the information in a different set of language. Means earlier you had bare information. You are coding this information so that it is not readable by anyone else except the person who is designated. That designated person will have the key to decipher the information. That person will have the key to decipher the information from the encrypted. Okay, decipher means decryption. In technological terms, encryption means coding the information in some format so that it is not easily available with other people. It will be available to only with the person who has the decryption technology, decryption thing associated with the information or associated with the encrypted thing. So now with traditional encryption models are at risk at this point of time. Why? Because around the world there are countries like China, okay, that have been developing, right, quantum technology. Okay, so we need to make our systems quantum resistant. Okay, why? Because so that we can secure our communication networks, those communication networks that are of national importance for India, that safeguard the security and intelligence of India. So we have a network through which we have a separate network through which the military intelligence does the communication, through which Army, Air Force does the communication. So what we need to do, we need to safeguard those systems. Okay, we need to safeguard those systems. Why we need to safeguard? Because we want to safeguard our national integrity, okay, our security. Okay, so that's an important part. So we need to proactively okay, deal with the cyber risks that are arising from the quantum computing. Okay, so China now hosts two of the world's fastest quantum computers. Okay, so that's also a risk, or that's also a threat for India. So now let us discuss about, like, you know, which organizations have been working in India to develop such technologies. Okay, so recently in February 2022, a joint team of the Defense Research and Development Organization, which is in short known as DRDO, and IIT Delhi has successfully demonstrated QKD. QKD stands for quantum key distribution. Okay, QKD links between two cities in UP, Prayagraj, Vidhyanchal, located 100 kilometers apart. Means, like, you know, the DRDO plus IIT Delhi, they have worked together to link two cities that are, you know, 100 kilometers apart. Okay, that are 100 kilometers apart using quantum key distribution. Okay, they have used quantum key distribution to connect these two cities. Okay, why it is important to connect different cities? So that, like, you know, through this particular medium only that, you know, communication happens. Okay, why? Because, like, this is more secure than the existing communication channels. This is more secure than the existing communication networks. Okay, so India has a mission also, which is like, you know, the central government has declared a quantum technology a mission of national importance. Okay, central government has declared quantum technology a mission of national importance, and in the union budget also, in the union budget 2020 to 21, you know, the government had proposed to spend 8,000 crore rupees on the newly launched national mission on, okay, national mission on quantum technologies and applications. Okay, so we have a newly launched mission which is known as National Mission on Quantum Technologies and Application, and this has to be complemented by a strong focus on securing cyberspace from quantum attacks. Okay, so government of India has taken initiative, it has taken steps. What it has done, first of all, it has launched a mission, national mission on quantum technologies and applications. Apart from this, like, you know, some of the military intelligence agencies, I mean, like, you know, Indian Military Engineering Academy, and like have, you know, started doing some research on the quantum field. Then IIT Delhi and DRDO, they have also, you know, started working on quantum key distribution. So these are the, you know, ongoing developments that are happening in India, and these developments are going to assist India. Okay, it is going to assist India in safeguarding its, you know, like in safeguarding its cyberspace. Okay, cyberspace is considered to be a new arena for digital war. Okay, earlier the war used to be played on the ground with, you know, sword and other thing, but now the, you know, like space for the warfare has changed. Okay, earlier it was on the land only, then, like, you know, the war started happening on the air, on the water, but now war started happening on the digital front. Okay, digital front, by hacking the computer systems, by hacking the data, by extracting the data, by, you know, disrupting the existing communication networks. So it is very important that government of India and various, you know, like institutions, you know, of national importance in India should work towards safeguarding the cyberspace, digital cyberspace. Okay, cyberspace of India. So United States, like one of the department of United States, it is known as United States National Security Agency, NSA. Okay, it has a suite B cryptography quantum resistant suite. Okay, it has, you know, this particular suite, so that is quantum resistant, and it is an official encryption mechanism. Okay, so, like, you know, they encrypt the information before sending somewhere else. Okay, so that helps them to protect their cyberspace. Okay, apart from this, they have you know, a US National Institute of Standards and Technologies. It has developed a series of encryption tools to handle quantum computer attacks. Okay, it has developed a series of 4 algorithms. Okay, 4 algorithms that I have talked about in the beginning, to frame a post quantum cryptographic standard. Okay, post quantum cryptographic standards, I mean, like, it will help them safeguard their, you know, cyberspace from any kind of quantum attack in the future. Okay, so they have started a open quantum safe project also. Okay, it is a global initiative started in 2016 for prototyping and integrating quantum resistant cryptographic algorithms. Okay, so this is a science and technology related article. In this article we have understood the importance of safeguarding our digital space, right, so that like we can protect our digital space or cyberspace from imminent like cyber threats. Okay, so that's the thing. So you can read this article in your free time. With this, let us take another topic for discussion. Okay, so this is also another topic. This is a very important article. So this article talks about Hampi, Khajuraho on list for G20 culture track. Okay, so like India is going to be the chair of the cultural track of the group of 20s. Okay, so a group of 20 is an international, international grouping. It is an international grouping where, like different, like India is a member of this particular grouping. Okay, it is an international grouping. So recently, like, India is going to take up as the member, not only the member, it is the member. So like as part of India's G20 presidency between December 2020 and November 2023. So like, for about a year, India is going to hold the presidency. Presidency means India is going to hold the chair of the president, right, in the G20, group of 20. So during this particular time, it is going to have 5 key meetings. Okay, it is going to conduct meetings. Okay, 5 key meetings, and these meetings will be conducted on focusing on cultural track. Okay, at Khajuraho, Bhubaneswar, Hampi and Agra. So these are the 4 places. I mean, like, these are the 4 places. Khajuraho first place, Bhubaneswar second place, Hampi third place and Agra fourth place. These are the 4 places where the government of India is going to hold 5 key meetings, and in Agra they are going to hold 2 meetings. Okay, why government of India wants to hold meetings in these iconic cities, in these places? Because these places hold significant importance when it comes to art and culture in India. Okay, so why? Because these places have history associated with art and culture for India. For example, like we have UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Okay, like we have UNESCO World Heritage Sites such as Taj Mahal and Agra Fort. Then like we have Hindu and Jain temples of Khajuraho in Madhya Pradesh, the Konark Sun Temple around 65 km from Bhubaneswar, and there are sites in Hampi. Hampi is located in Karnataka. So that is also these places hold key importance. Why? Because we have like UNESCO World Heritage Sites over here, so that like whenever they are holding meeting, they will be inviting members from G20. Okay, and these members, like once they come over here, they'll visit around the city. They will see the important locations, important things that are associated, I mean, like with some of the historical places in India. Okay, so that's why it is important. Okay, so we have understood about the importance of holding key meetings. Okay, importance of holding key meetings in these places. Okay, so like during the G20 presidency, like India is going to be the president of G20, right, for about 1 year. Okay, from December to November 2023. Okay, December 2022 to November 2023. So they will set the cultural agenda for the meeting. Okay, and like they have, in this article they have discussed how many meetings will be conducted on what themes, but like it is like broadly we need to understand that we want to promote our cultural centers, our cultural heritage sites, right, during this G20 meeting, so that like the participants from the G20 countries, they should be they will be witnessing the cultural diversity in India. All right, so this is the thing. So you can read about this article and you can understand this. Okay, during this presidency, starting December, India will invite Bangladesh, Egypt, Mauritius, Netherlands, Nigeria, Oman, Singapore, Spain and UAE, United Arab Emirates. Okay, so it is going to invite these countries. And what is G20? Like what is G20? It is given in the last paragraph directly. Okay, so G20 is an intergovernmental forum. Okay, means like governments of different countries are member of G20. okay, comprising 19 countries. These countries are Argentina, Australia, Brazil, Canada, China, France, Germany, India, Indonesia, Italy, Japan, South Korea, Mexico, Russia, Saudi Arabia, South Africa, Turkey, the United Kingdom, the United States, and the European Union. Okay, so the European Union comprises of 28 nations. Okay, earlier it was 29 nations, but now with Brexit, right, so there are 28 countries. So these all are member of the group of 20. Okay, so like India is going to be the president of this particular, you know, international intergovernmental forum for about a year. And during this, right, you know, it is going to hold key meetings, and these meetings will be conducted in you know, important cities of the world. Now let's discuss about this article. This is the third topic for the day. This is a very important article. We are going to discuss this article in detail. So it says, feeding people, saving planet. Okay, the challenge today is to develop technologies that supply the food and nutritional needs of the world while also addressing climate change imperatives. Okay, so recently what has happened on October 16th, October 16th was yesterday, it was Sunday. October 16th was celebrated as the World Food Day. Okay, October 16th was celebrated as the World Food Day. Now we need to understand, why do we celebrate World Food Day? We celebrate World Food Day on the occasion of the establishment or foundation day of the Food and Agriculture Organization. Okay, in short it is known as FAO. So FAO was established on 16th of October, right? So FAO is an organization under the United Nations framework itself. Okay, so this organization was established on 16th of October. So on the occasion of the foundation day of you know, FAO, we celebrate the World Food Day. And here the, you know, author is talking about, you know, feeding people, saving planet. Now what has happened, like, you know, we are witnessing a growing like, you know, growing like food insecurity in the world. Why growing food insecurity? Because like recently the world you know, global hunger index, okay, global hunger index was released, and it has showcased that, like, you know, there are you know, many countries around the world where there is huge prominence of hunger in the world. Okay, so food insecurity is increasing around the world, and apart from this, you know, the shortage in, you know, supply chain is being witnessed, right? So like technological improvement are happening, but technological improvement are coming at the cost of environment, at the cost of, you know, food and agriculture. So the author is, you know, making people understand what is the importance of having food security in the world, right? Recently you might have noticed that India has been ranked at 107th place out of 119 countries in the global hunger index. So India was placed you know, much below than many, you know, African countries, right? It was below Kenya, it was below, you know, many countries in the world. So now in India we have, you know, like many people who are, you know, sleeping hungry, right, every day, every night. So that's important. Now here in this article the author is talking about two important points. One important point is, like, we need to safeguard the food security of the world. Apart from this, the author also highlights about, right, we have like, you know, under United Nations organization UNDP, we have, you know, some earlier we used to have Millennium Development Goals. Now we have Sustainable Development Goals. And out of Sustainable Development Goals, there are specific goals that talk about, okay, there is a specific goal that talks about zero hunger. Means like we need to reduce, you know, the the prevalence of hunger to zero. Okay, so author is talking about that thing also. So what we need to do, we need to make it sure that, like, you know, food security around the world is increased, and at the same time we need to make it sure that, like, you know, it is not done at the cost of the environment. Okay, we need to protect the environment also. We need to make sure that, like, you know, people remain healthy, okay, they get proper food. So now what has happened, like, you know, we people, like, you know, Homo sapiens, they have you know, developed, they have started developing what they have started developing. They have started you know, doing the agricultural practices you know, 10,000 to 12,000 years ago. that agricultural practices was started 10 to 12,000 years ago from now. And since then the agricultural practices have like increased around the world, and now it has been able to, we have been able to feed billions of people around the world, right? So through that agricultural practice. But now we need to have scientific knowledge, the spirit to learn more, spirit to secure, like there should be equity in the world. Equity means everybody gets their share for the work that they are doing, okay, a proper share for the work that they are doing, okay. So there should be spirit of innovation, like our policies should be guided by the scientific knowledge. And here the author is also talking about Mao Zedong's, okay, Mao Zedong's great leap forward. Who was Mao Zedong? Mao Zedong was one of the leaders of China, right? One of the leaders statement of China. What he has done, he has initiated a program. It is known as Great Leap Forward, and this Great Leap Forward was a plan that has miserably failed. And it not only failed because of this particular plan, many people died hungry, okay, because of starvation. So the author is trying to make us realize that world should not go forward with such kind of plans or policies that has the potential of keeping people hungry, right? We should be more equitable world. We should look forward to building those policies, right? We should look forward for making those policies that are backed by scientific research, and at the same time there should be spirit of innovation, so that we can increase the productivity in agricultural field. So if we talk about India, we have multiple programs that promote agricultural productivity in India. You might have heard about Har Ghar, like Nal Se Jal, etc. So this is also something that makes drinking water available. Apart from this, we have Kisan credit card, right? We have we have a soil health card also. So, using soil health card, we can check the nutrition level of the soil, okay? So these things are there. Now the author is also talking about those people from India, okay, those people from India who have received award, who have participated in award ceremonies, in the who have participated in this thing, the World Food Prize, okay. Who were the people who have received these awards? They are MS Swaminathan. You might have heard about his name. MS Swaminathan, he has started the Green Revolution in India. Then we have Varghese Kurian, right? You know about Amul, right? So this person has started that movement, okay, Amul, in the name of Amul. So this was White Revolution, right? To get the due share for the for those people who are producing milk, okay, for the milk producers. Then we have Gurudev Khush and Ratan Lal. So these people have been the participants of the World Food Prize, okay. So apart from this, here the author is talking about that we should reduce the global greenhouse gases, okay. We have to reduce the greenhouse gases from the world. So you need to read this article to understand why it is important for us to think more how we can safeguard the food security in the world and in India, okay. So the author is saying that there are multiple things that people are doing. There are farmers who are producing agricultural products using age old method. So author is saying we need to change the behavior of people, and changing behavior of people is not a one day task. What it is, we need to bring incentive for people so that they are incentivized for changing their behavior towards good, okay. So here we should have policy incentives, okay, policies that incentivize people to change their way of doing the things, okay. So this is the thing, and at the same time the author is saying that like we need to incentivize those organizations, right, that are working in this front, that are working in the front of educating the farmers, how to go about producing different varieties of food and all. And at the same time, the author is saying that different governments, right, different governments should take up different policies in their own country, so that these policies make it sure that like people are not dying hungry. Okay, people are not dying hungry. Okay, in India also we have a program, okay, which is known as AFTAB. AFTAB stands for Agri Food Trends and Analytics Bulletin. Okay. So in the meantime, on this World Food Day, let us commit to giving our best to this planet, as well as catering to people's basic need of food. Okay, ICRIER, we are at ICRIER. So the author is saying like author of the article, like he works in ICRIER. So he has said like we have started a bulletin. Its name is AFTAB, on synergizing the food and nutritional security with the environment. Okay, so this topic is related to food security. With this, like we will take another topic. This is, going to be the last topic for the day. I'll just give you a quick, quick review on this article. You can read this article. We will upload, this PDF on the description of the YouTube. You can download from there. So basically, what is happening in China? Okay, China has a party which is known as CCP. Okay, CCP. Okay, so Communist Party of China, simply it is simply known as Communist Party of China. What this party talks about, this party is a monopoly. This is the single largest party. They have single party system in China, and this party holds Congress. Okay, it holds National Congress of the Communist Party of China. Congress means meeting of the key leaders of the party. Okay, this Congress is held once every 5 years. Okay, it is held once every 5 years. So this has started on 16th of October. The meeting has started. The Congress means meeting of the key persons like who are working in the government system in China. So this party has started, and it is a week-long party. Means they are going to discuss about, deliberate about many things for over a week. And during this week-long Congress, they are going to take decisions on key posts, like who is going to hold which portfolio, who is going to come out of the come out of the key places, who is going to be appointed in certain places. So it becomes important for China and for the world at large to see how the Congress is going to take decision. It has started recently, so we are going to get article every day for the next 7 days. Okay, for the next 7 days or more. Why? Because it is going to take multiple decisions. And why it is important for the world? Okay, why it is important? Because China is one of the largest countries in South Asia, in Asia, right? China influences the policies of different countries in South Asia. Like it is one of the permanent member of the United Nations Security Council. Okay, China is one of the permanent member. So China being one of the largest countries over there, okay, one of the largest countries, so it has great significance. Like India should look into what is happening in China. Why? Because China is a neighboring country, and it keeps on posing certain threats to India. Okay, so that's why the meeting has started, and in this meeting the Chinese government, it is now presently headed by Xi Jinping, and so Xi Jinping has already served 2 terms in China. Okay, so it is being predicted that Xi Jinping is going to prolong his presidentship. Means he is the premier. It is known as premier of China. So he can he can stay in the post. Okay, and he can strengthen his power further. Okay, what he can do, he can strengthen his power further, and for this he can make some few changes in the portfolio of the ministers of the places who are, of the people who are holding key designations in China. Okay, so China has this 25 members headed by the general secretary. It has different, what we say, different structures. One of the structure is known as Politburo Standing Committee, okay, PSC. It has 7 members, and these 7 members are highly powerful members. Like in India, we have Parliament of India, right? We have President, we have Prime Minister. In Parliament, like, we have MPs, Member of Parliaments. So like if you talk about, in China, so China has a similar system, like it is not a democracy. China is not a democracy, but like they have similar system of, ministers' portfolios. So here in this Congress, they are going to decide upon like who is going to hold which position, who is going to continue, who is going to give up their, seats and all. So if you read this article, you will understand about the political system which is present in China. You will be able to understand about what changes are, coming, what changes are happening in China, okay. So these are the things that you will learn after reading this article. This is a very important article. The Congress has started yesterday itself. It is going to continue for about 7 days there, and like, articles are going to come for long, okay. So slowly and gradually you will come under, come to know about different developments in China. So this is the thing, why this article is important. This article is important for GS paper 2, India and its neighborhood. Like, in GS paper 2 in mains exam, we have a topic, India and its neighborhood. So if you read that, right, like, if you read this topic, you will be able to connect, like, what are the political systems in, like, India and its neighborhood. Okay, China has a, what kind of political system does China have? They have single party system. What it is known as?
Communist.
Yeah, Communist Party of China is there. Communism. Okay, like we have a democracy, but they have a communist form of government. Okay, so this is the thing. You can read this article. You will get to know about recent developments. So I'm not going into detail like who was appointed, who was not appointed. That's not a thing that we should, like, look into. But the thing is, like, we need to understand about like how, like China takes decisions related to key foreign matters, and why it is important, because China also plays role in the, like geopolitical sphere in India, like in the region, like ongoing Russia-Ukraine war, right? Russia-Ukraine war is going. So is there, will there be any change in the foreign policy in China? Right? Will there be any change related to any foreign policy of China with reference to India? So all of it is important for us. Okay, we need to learn about it. So like you can read this article. We will just upload the PDF, like, on the description of the YouTube, so you can download and read it. Okay, if in case you have any doubt, tomorrow you can ask during the lecture. Okay, thank you so much everyone for attending today's session. I hope you have a good day ahead. Thank you.